Nigerians and Indians were basically the same person. Stick around to find out how. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to C2L. I'm Tommy Day.
I'm Kalpa.
This is Chennai to Lagos.
Welcome.
I'm very excited about this video. After being married for over a year, I realized that Indians and Nigerians are more alike than you would actually believe.
I think we've seen several instances where we've been like, wait a minute, you guys do that too?
So basically, in this video, we're going to share with you some of the things that we've figured out both Nigerians and Indians do. And you let us know in the comments which ones you could relate to the most. All right, look at this picture. Now, imagine you go into the fridge or you go to the freezer and you see that container inside the fridge or freezer.
Yeah.
Do you expect to find ice cream in that container?
Nope.
There's no ice cream in the ice cream container ever.
You're just checking stew, okay, rice, okay. Please don't attack us. Like, I feel
It's
like...
such a great habit because like we recycled so much, you know, we didn't throw plastic.
Yeah.
But she was so obsessive about this plastic thing. Even when we moved houses, of everything in the house, she asked the people helping her move, where are those plastic things? Where did you pack them? And she labeled it and she sellotaped it. It was very important in our household.
I don't understand why we do this exact same thing. Speaking of containers, look at this. Look at that picture. Now listen, every time I see that box, I am always disappointed because I have never met that box with the actual biscuit.
I don't know what the biscuits taste like actually. I've never tasted the biscuits. But we have so many of those boxes
in that house.
Yeah.
And what do you find inside? Sewing kits.
Safety pins and all these.
How do we do this exact same thing? Like how? Please let us know.
Why did we choose that cookie box?
Specific one? Like how does that even happen? It is so confusing. But it's crazy that both Nigerians and Indians do the exact same thing.
And then the most important thing, of course, food. The cool thing here is that the chili tolerance for both communities is so high. Even in a group of friends, like the Nigerian and Indian are most likely going to have the most chili in their plate. Yeah. I find that so fascinating because we come from very hot regions.
That doesn't make any sense. Hot regions, hot food, make it make sense.
Exactly. But someone said like kill fire with fire or something like that. So I don't know if like in doing that you sweat and so it kind of cools you, but still.
In Nigeria, there's this food called Akara, right? Now in India, there's this food called
Vada.
Vada.
Yeah.
What is Vada made out of?
Lentils. There are different types of vadas, but mostly lentils.
Akara is made out of beans. Now this is the funny thing. When she made it, it tasted exactly 100% like Akara. In fact, we sent it down to mom and dad. And their first reaction was like, oh wow, you guys made Akara. When we sent it recently to mom, mom wanted to have it with Gary. So she could have Akara and Gary.
So it actually went well together.
The exact same thing. And for me, that one is like the most mind-blowing. How people from two different parts of the world can cook the exact same thing
that was
from different things in some sense, but it basically tastes alike.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Another thing that we both have in common is we love okra. And I think okra is quite popular in other parts of the world.
Yeah, but we never call it okra.
What do you guys call it?
Like okra, I started using it even when I was like, an adult. And people were like, what are you talking about? So I changed my way of saying it. We normally call it lady's fingers. They're like kind of like the length of your fingers,
that makes
I
sense.
guess. Yeah,
interesting. All my life I thought okra. Okay, even in Nigeria, we don't even say okra. We say okra.
Yeah.
I always thought okra was like a native, indigenous type of thing to Nigeria. And the way we would typically make it is it's kind of like boiled in some way to make okra soup. And you have it with like eba or any of these swallows. But then we get married and then she makes okra, but then she makes it in such a different way. Like you cut it up.
Yeah, it's basically sabji, like, make it vegetable style.
Yeah.
So cut it up, fry it up with like chilies and everything and spices and then temper it with mustard and stuff.
So good.
When I visited Nigeria, one of the things I loved was the plantain chips. And like that reminded me of my childhood because that happens a lot on the south, I think. We eat a lot of plantain, but we don't call it plantain. It's more green banana. So I'm not very sure if they come from like the same exact family, but then they're basically the same, even the way it's made, like you cut it and then you fry it, or you fry it further to make it into like chips. Yeah. We've even made sweets out of those things, like green banana,
Wow. Look at that on the screen. Look at that. Now, if you're in Nigeria, what you're seeing is pure water. If you're in India, what would we call that?
I don't remember what it's called.
Okay.
But yeah, we used to buy that, on the way to school or just shopping or whatever. You're on the street, it's hot, and you're not carrying bottles of water. You just stop at the nearby shop.
Sachet.
And usually, like it's a sachet. They've probably iced it so it's cool in the freezer.
Some people do that.
And you just bite it like, on the side and sort of like squirt it into your mouth.
That is so crazy. But that's something both Nigerians and Indians can relate to.
And let's not forget rice.
We are crazy about rice.
Yeah. In this house,
jollof rice.
We have to buy
fried rice, biryani.
Plain rice.
Plain rice.
That's
rice
it.
and
That's
stew.
it. Yeah.
All in all, food-wise, there's so many similarities between how Nigerians and Indians approach their food.
And I think there's so much more you can unpack, especially if you go to those countries to experience it. You realize, we kind of eat the same stuff.
This I find quite interesting. So in Nigeria, there's this game we play called Ayo. In India, especially in the south, you guys have something pretty much exactly alike.
Yeah, palanguri.
Palanguri.
Yeah, but I think the number of pits are different.
Yeah, Ayo is about 6, that one is 7.
But the logic of the game is the same.
Pretty much the same.
Yeah.
And I think for me, why this is such a big deal, it's crazy to think that you could be in 2 different parts of the world and still do the exact same things. Because I feel like most of the time, we think we're so different, not realizing we do pretty much the same things. We like the same things. We enjoy the same things. We play the same games.
Which is so cool because when we, got married, of course, part of it was we discuss our childhood and like all that. And oftentimes you'd find that we basically had the same childhood,
Another area that Nigeria and India are extremely alike is the fact that we're an extremely multicultural country. Nigeria has 36 states, India has
28.
In those states, there are different cultures that are represented. There are different ethnic groups.
And different languages. To outsiders, it's just like you're from Nigeria or you're from India, and so you all just speak one language, but that as a Nigerian, you just know like one small part of your country.
Exactly.
You've not seen a whole other part of your country yet.
You can't say, do you speak Nigerian?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you speak
Or that
Indian?
all you guys speak Hindi, like no.
Yeah, it's not like that. One area that Nigerians and Indians are extremely alike is we are proud about our cultures. And I feel like that's what brings it all together. We are proud about who we are, what we eat, what we wear. We are proud of everything that we do. One of the reasons why we wanted to do this video is a lot of times when you see a couple like us, when you see a channel like this, we're always trying to, we get caught up in all the differences, the things that make us different. And it's cool, it's, we like to embrace that.
Yeah.
But we felt it was a great idea to just show a different perspective that in all that difference, we're actually a lot more alike than we realize. And I feel like if people started to see that, the way you think about people from these countries would be different because we are a lot more alike. Having this understanding, it's a great way to break barriers, knowing that if you're an Indian and you meet with a Nigerian, having this information, they're not that much different, So we have some type of level ground. And we want to spread love with this channel, so hopefully you learn something. And if there's anything that we're probably missing out or anything that you feel we're similar in as well, please put it in the comments. Let's see that. Let's see that.
This is not just limited to India and Nigeria.
Of course.
Like if you might be a different nationality and you've seen these things, we're not saying that it's not part of the
We're just
thing.
giving our perspective.
It's just that we are talking about ours. But if you're maybe from Trinidad and you relate to this thing, we get
Please let us know.
That even goes to show that we are actually a global village.
We really are. Ultimately, we are God's children and we are a lot more alike than we realize. So that's it for today, guys. Like, subscribe, click that notification bell so you don't miss out on our videos. We have things coming soon and we shall see you soon. We love you. God bless.
Bye.
my nose. Okay.